In this club spotlight video, we'll be looking at the club Hackerspace, which is headed by Aditya and Anirudh, who are both co-members.
Hey guys, everyone. My name is Artya, and below there is Anirudh. So, as Varun introduced us, we are the club heads of Hackerspace. Uh, Hackerspace was founded in 2019, which was when we were actually in first year, and since then Hackerspace has grown quite a bit to be the club it is today. I've been managing the club since the beginning. I am actually the co-founder of the club, while
Oh,
Anirudh joined us later.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Anirudh. I think Aditya covered most of it already. I joined Hackerspace as a mentor, I think last year, and since then I have been promoted to core member. Um, I mainly work on the natural language processing and the Linux domains.
right.
That is kind of where I met Aditya through the natural language processing stuff.
Right. Superb. Okay, so I'll start with so what is Hackerspace? What do you do in
Okay.
Hackerspace? What is the club about?
Okay. We did read a lot of comments where people thought that Hackerspace is a hacking club,
Yeah.
and no, it is not a hacking club. We are a community-powered, development-oriented club. We tackle development in across all domains, be it machine learning or app dev or web dev for that matter. So basically, we are trying to build some sort of a platform which acts like a unifying uh, platform for everyone to get together and work together to develop cool projects and stuff. So the reason we started out was because for example, if I take you guys as an example, when you guys are stepping into college, you would definitely hear of all these buzzwords such as machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, but you guys won't really know how to start off or how to probably go with it. So this is one thing that we are trying to tackle. We are trying to build a platform where people can get together on problems that they like, problems that they are inquisitive about, and they can actually work together to learn and build such stuff. What we believe is community-based learning, community-based development. So as a community, we push everyone to actually do stuff. For example, the reason we actually put this emphasis on community is because everything happens with the community here. You will be working with your batchmates. You will be working with us as your mentors. You'll be working with the course. We will all be there to help you out. So this is basically a community-powered club.
So will there be like any teaching on your part? Like you guys teach yourselves, or is it like just
Yeah.
uh, members among?
Okay. Yeah. No. So Hackspace has a three-tier hierarchy system. There's obviously the cores at the head, and then there are the mentors, and then there are the club members. So we are a community-based open club. So anyone can be part of any of the meetings, any of the workshops, and so on. I will be talking about the activities a bit later. So, we actually provide sessions where trained individuals like us, people who have gone through this phase of learning, machine learning, learning, deep learning, and so on. We will actually teach you not only the concepts, but we will actually help you implement your ideas and see how you can actually build applications out of the concepts that you learn. So yes, you will be mentored by none other than us.
Right. Okay. Super.
Yeah, and to add to that, you know, we have like a lot. Yeah, as Aditya said, we'll explain the actual events a little later. But in general, we have both like formal instructive sessions as well as informal discussions, maybe on the Slack channel or maybe on the voice channels, where we just kind of have an informal discussion about tech and how projects are progressing and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
Okay. Anirudh, we'd like to know like how many members you have and like how you guys grew from. You said you started in 2019. Like how did you guys grow throughout the years?
Yeah, okay, cool. I think right now we have around, I'm not 100, maybe of, let me just check. It's on the Discord.
Yeah. Sure.
There are
We
about
have like,
200, 200-ish.
200.
yeah,
Okay.
Right.
And like how was
yeah,
your
we have
growth
like
throughout
around
the years?
250 members on the,
Okay.
Okay, so like when we started out in 2019, I guess I have to say that from my experience, like back in 2019, I was an outsider. I wasn't really part of Hackerspace back then,
Okay.
and it was kind of a little slow, a little sluggish because I think yeah, even the club was trying to find its feet and trying to find out what niche it is trying to occupy, what its goals are exactly.
Okay.
And last year, I think last year is when we really kicked off. We hosted our first summer project where we had students, we were mentoring students under different domains to accomplish projects under different domains, and we that was a pretty big success. And ever since then, I believe our club has been growing a lot. I believe now we have found our feet, and you know uh, we know exactly what area we're targeting. That is like the community-based development, a general
Okay.
community-based development.
All right. So, what makes Hackerspace unique among all the other clubs in PES? Like, what makes it different?
Okay. So the one thing that probably makes Hackerspace unique is the fact that there is no general development oriented club that PS has to offer. There are clubs that are aligned with research. These include the cloud computing clubs, which I'm also part of, and there's also the machine learning and data science clubs. So there is no general development oriented club that is present on campus. So Hackerspace offers that as a very big plus point. And I would say the other thing that makes Hackerspace stand out is the fact that we have extremely frequent activities because we have a huge variety of activities that we actually organize. Just 2 weeks back, we had a workshop, and 2 weeks before that, we had another workshop. And in fact, Anirudh actually had a talk session, I think 3 4 days back on, I think it
Oh,
was on uh, code editing. So we have all these activities that are frequent and short. So we keep, we try to maintain relevance by always having some kind of activities going on to, engage you guys. There's also the fact that we are actually one of the strongest community-based clubs that are in PES. The other community-oriented club is PES OS, as you guys know, open source,
yeah.
which also Anirudh is a part of. So yeah.
Yeah. So guys, like as you explained, that's an open thing. So like, how do people apply or join you guys to like come to Hackerspace?
Okay, so as I said, all our activities are open to everyone. There is no any kind of screening that you need to, clear a test to attend any of our
Yeah.
sessions. So it's
Okay.
open to anyone. We just take in anyone for that matter. I
Okay.
was talking about the hierarchy system. So there are two main positions. There's a position of a mentor and there's a position of a core. So
Okay.
mentors are basically chosen by us after rounds of interviews and stuff where we test them on the domains they're applying for. So domains, so there are various domains: machine learning, NLP, deep learning, and so on. If you're part of the Discord server, you would have seen all these standards
Yeah.
there. So I am, for example, I am a mentor for machine learning and NLP, and Anirudh there is for machine learning and Linux. So basically they are chosen based on various rounds of interviews, and finally when we have chosen them, they become mentors. These are the people who will actually be training you because we have tested them. You will also be sometimes mentored by us, that is if we find time to actually take a break from our schedules and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So there's the mentor position, as I spoke about. There's also the core position. Core positions are as kind of self-explanatory. We are the
Yeah.
ones who like oversee everything in the club. Mentors who do really well and contribute to a lot of club activities automatically get promoted to core members. In fact, we have already shortlisted a few, and we are just we kind of just kind of
Okay.
show them the ropes while they're mentors, and then they
Yeah.
become cores.
Right.
So yeah, these are basically the mentor and core positions.
Yeah.
Unlike other clubs, however, one probably a very different thing is cores aren't the ones who mainly organize and operate the club. It's the mentors
Okay.
themselves. We are just there
Yeah.
to oversee and see how the mentors do, because we believe that since it's a community-driven club, you guys should be the one running the club.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when you become a mentor, you guys have all rights to. In fact, you guys can plan events. You guys will get to know if you join college that
Okay.
how we plan our events and stuff. But you guys will see that it's mainly the mentors who are pretty much running the show.
Okay.
So it's full on hands-on experience, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of activities. So the set of activities we have are in abundance. The first is what we call a hackerspace session. So sessions are kind of conceptual strongholds that we build. So for example, the machine learning example that I gave, when you guys, walk into
Yeah.
college, you guys want to start off, you won't really know what to start off with. I mean, there's tons of articles and blogs and papers
Yeah.
and stuff online. And starting off might be a bit tricky because you don't really know which direction to go in. So if there's someone who's been through that process and can guide you through the right path, that will really help you. So that is what we try to
Yeah.
do. So these sessions are probably around 1.5 hours or so, and mentors will basically teach you all the concepts behind what actually happens, because there is one thing about knowing how to implement something and a completely different thing to know about
Yeah.
how the implementation is
Yeah.
working. So
Makes
those
sense.
are meant to strengthen your concepts, but we understand that concepts aren't always everything. It's boring to look at a bunch of formulae and
Yeah.
equations and see. So we conduct hackerspace workshops. Workshops are held to actually implement the stuff that you learn. So how the workshops are planned is, after let's say 1 or 2 sessions, a workshop is planned so that whatever you learned in those sessions are actually implemented as code, and you can actually see how stuff is
Okay.
working. For example, let's assume you were working on a machine learning problem, and you learn about how image classification is done for, let's say,
Mm.
cars. Okay.
Okay.
So you might learn the math in a session. Okay. You might not know how to exactly go about building it.
Right.
But now that you are clear with the concept, the workshop will be much easier for you, because we will be basically implementing that. So you will actually see how concept is turned into code. That is a
Okay.
workshop. So to kind of complement workshops, we have contests. Contests are one of the exciting end of activities that we hold. These are basically competitive events for, you know,
Okay.
it's still kind of self-explanatory what a contest
Yeah.
is. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, is there nothing
Yeah.
let's talk
Makes sense.
about? This time, however, we are planning a hackathon. We are
Okay.
offline might not be possible, so it's going to be happen
Yeah.
online itself. But even if it's online, we are expecting a good turnout, good participation from you guys, because it'll be your first,
Yeah.
probably your first hackathon ever. So we are
Yeah.
expecting a lot from you guys. And then is something what we call open source projects. So as mentors or as cores, all of us have a bunch of project ideas which we never really got around to implement. So what we did is we actually opened these up to public domain, and we let you guys work on these projects. Open source projects are basically any kind of projects that you're interested in. You could approach any of us, and we would actually help you. We'd guide you through it. So open source projects is basically contributions from Hackerspace to the open source community. For
Okay.
example, I'm not sure if you guys know or have heard about Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest is a celebration of open source where people all around the world just contribute to repositories and code, all just to celebrate open source. And we actually had a bunch of projects that were being contributed to. We had people from different areas just contributing to it, and it was really nice.
Okay.
We have two major open source projects actually. One is fantasy cricket
Yeah.
team maker. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's not hosted, but it works really well. I would suggest you guys to take a look at it. And the other one is the fanciest project that we ourselves have come across. It's a poem generator. So it just takes in a rhyming
Okay.
scheme, it just generates a poem on its own. So it's
Oh.
actually available. It's actually hosted online, like on the internet. We can send you the link. You can just play around with it and stuff. It's really cool.
Wow.
Um, so these are actually kind of this type of projects we work and we train people
Okay.
to build. And so
Okay.
this is the project side. And over the summer, we offer a 2-month internship kind of thing where mainly for people from first year who are moving to the second year, we offer a
Okay.
2-month summer project internship where you will work under the guidance of a mentor and actually build any project either of your choice or assigned by the mentor.
Right.
These two projects that I spoke of, the cricket one as well as the poem one, these actually came out of the summer internship.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Do you think it'll be possible this summer for us, like since
I
our
mean, it's
person
all.
is supposed to be over by now? So
I mean, I'm sure you guys will have some kind of break. I'm not really sure about your schedule, but if it is possible, we'll definitely try.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the like general timings of your club? Like after, is it after classes or like what times do you generally have it?
Okay, so as I spoke about this activities, usually these activities are held for short durations after classes. So probably max 2 hours after normal sessions and stuff like that. We do not keep them on Saturdays because people want to go home on
Yeah.
Saturdays. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah. On weekdays we usually keep it for like maximum 1.5 hours to 2 hours after class because people want to get home. So.
During exams and like, what are your most active periods that you actually work on? Like during which semester would you like mainly say that you start? And like during exams, what are your plans for your clubs? Like when you have exams a week.
Yeah, we haven't started with our schedule yet, but we have like all the mentors under the different domains have planned out their schedules for now. And the schedules are kind of planned out so that they mostly don't clash with whatever schedule has been given out so far for the exams and stuff.
Right.
So when you say like most active periods, we try to keep it as regular as possible because that's helpful for one, like uh, and it's better than having like bursts of activity at times.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably in a couple of weeks we're going to start uh, conducting our activities as per the schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
So does your club as a whole take part in any championships, like as a team, maybe in some outside competitions together as a team? Your club goes and competes, or something like that.
Not exactly, but thing is, we do try to partner up with hackathons. We try to set a lot of mentors and promote students and juniors to actually take part. The way we do this is we kind of promote hackathons, and we ourselves as mentors and coach, we try to register so that in case you guys want some kind of guidance during the hackathon, we are available there. The last hackathon we did was for the CMRIT hackathon, which happened, I think, towards the end of 2019.
Right.
There haven't been too many hackathons since then, and everything's been online, so
Yeah.
can't really do anything there. So that's how we mainly try to promote stuff, where we try to take part. So since all the mentors are, getting together and taking part, I guess you could say Hackerspace also is taking part, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what is your most fun activity you've had? Like, we'd like to know from both of you, like, what's your most fun activity that you've had in your club till date?
I would say the summer
I would say the summer project.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the most interesting thing in that? Like, what do you find? Like, was it the learning or the way it happened, or
The project itself, maybe.
yeah?
Okay. So the thing is, the reason we try to promote this internship project is we want to see what ideas you guys can come up with, right? It's not
Okay.
really interesting if we suggest ideas for a project,
Yeah.
because I mean,
Makes
this
sense.
home generation one, which I spoke about, it was a really like different idea. You don't really hear that every day.
Yeah.
So so stuff like that is what kind of interests us, excites us, you could say,
Right.
to see people like you, just learning new stuff and implementing just crazy stuff
Okay.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And to add to that, that was probably that was our first summer internship too. So I mean, like we got an experience of mentoring really talented people, and that's a new experience in itself because you need to know how to mentor someone without being too pushy or without doing too much
Yeah.
hand holding, but at the same time ensuring that they're actually learning stuff and giving them guidance where they need it, stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that was a new experience, and that kind of it requires a different set of skills with respect to the knowledge that you have. So being able to learn and being able to build projects is one side of it, and being able to mentor and teach someone is the other side of it. And I think we got an experience of that second thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the exposure your club provides? Does it have some effect on maybe your job opportunities or your internships you take? Does it directly affect you that way?
Since you're basically training people in the skills that they're interested in, we would like to say that it kind of helps them
Yeah.
maybe, add stuff to their resume, or, maybe apply for an internship or a job in a particular domain. So, once you actually start learning about concepts, you start implementing stuff, you will automatically start building
Yeah.
larger scale projects. Over the years, I mean, over this 1 year, actually, we have seen people go from, not knowing anything to building amazing stuff. So, I mean, that counts for itself. I mean, if you can
Yeah.
show all that stuff, you definitely got the skill for it.
So would you suggest anything for us, like since we have this break till our college opens or something, would you suggest us to do like take part in yours or like any other outside courses or learn something new? So like, would you guys suggest anything for us?
Yeah, I mean, you could always keep learning. There's no harm in learning new stuff. Since you guys are, since it's kind of uncertain when you guys will
Yeah.
be joining, I'd suggest you, I mean, especially for the people who aren't from a CS background mainly, try to pick up a language. I mean,
Okay.
mainly either C or Python, because these are what will be taught in first year. And thing is, C is something that will continue even to your third year. So
Okay.
even we see a lot of people struggling with C even after joining second year. So I mean, try to, especially if you're not from a CS background, you should definitely learn a language. And if you already have a CS background, if you have taken computers, then you should definitely learn C.
Right.
Try making the most of this time basically. uh, you could try learning Python. Python is simpler, but I would suggest to start off with C as well. You not only need it for, let's say classes and stuff, but you also need it for your interviews later and stuff like that. So
Okay.
definitely try working on these things. The other things is try to get well versed with probably Linux.
Okay.
Unlike, I mean, we know that most people use Windows or Mac, and
Yeah.
there are very few people who actually prefer to use Linux.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a huge culture shock when you actually step into campus, because you will see that almost every system is kind of using Ubuntu. So try to use
Okay.
Linux. You will need to get used to it, and once you do get used to it, I mean, I was also there at that phase. Once you
Okay.
do get used to it, you will kind of like it.
Right.
So these are the two
Okay.
things. Apart from that, I would say learn
Yeah.
about open source, Git, all these general stuff. I guess Anil can talk more about that.
Yeah. So would you suggest a virtual
Yeah.
box, like we get a virtual box or something and then like practice Ubuntu or something? Or like,
Okay. So personally, I would suggest going all in and doing like a dual boot or something of that sort. Or because one thing is obviously much more performant, and I would say it sort of gives you that compulsion to use um, you use Linux more often when you have it on a dual boot rather than like having it on a virtual box. And I mean, in the end, see, I started using it probably midway into first year, maybe in the second sem. I don't remember exactly. And within a year, I was like, I mean, right now I hardly boot into Windows. Like I come to rely on it that much. So as Aditya said, it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you're in, I'm pretty sure you'll never really want to go back to Windows.
Oh.
That is
Yeah,
debatable.
with regards to the other stuff, yeah, Aditya, you were there till last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
uh,
With regards to the other stuff, yeah, I'd say the same thing. If you are not from a CS background, try to pick up a language. Once you pick one up, it gets a lot easier to understand others because most of the syntactic structures and all are the same. I mean, like I'm not from a CS background. I studied bio and PU, so
Okay.
it should be like once you pick up one language, it gets a lot easier to learn the other stuff.
Right.
And yeah, as Aditya said, you have your basics, you have Linux, Git, and all that. I would like to add to that, don't take it too seriously. So college is not really a huge dark cloud over your head.
okay.
Like try to enjoy your break, do some fun stuff, hobbies, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, does your club provide certification as such? Like after you finish an internship, do you give an official recognized certificate or something like that?
I mean, we do give a certificate that shows that you did complete a project and you were able to finish the project. But beyond that, the thing that actually matters the most is the fact that you actually have full access to your project. I mean, We don't take in your project saying it's our project and stuff like that.
Right.
It's your project, so you can actually use your project however you want. We will have a copy of it on our public repository, but at the end of the day, you have a complete, fully working project, which I think is better than a certificate.
Yeah, it could be.
So like, would you guys like to tell us freshers anything else, and like how we guys can approach you guys later on, like for like your links and anywhere you're on, any platforms you're on and all that?
Yeah, sure. So we have a Discord server. There are over 200 people there. You can join that. That is our primary source of newsletters, announcements, just discussions also. There are separate channels for various domains. You can interact with all the mentors and codes directly on that platform. And I know for a fact that all of us are pretty active on that platform.
Right.
So the Discord server is the way to go. That's the direct way to communicate with us. Once college starts off, we tend to make a few WhatsApp groups to, because some people aren't really on Discord, we try to reach out to them.
Yeah.
So the WhatsApp groups are for them. But primarily, do try to stick to Discord. It makes our work much easier.
Yeah.
As I said, we have a GitHub page with all the projects on it. Do check them out. We keep adding new stuff like that. One of the things that we are working on currently, which is aimed at first years actually, is we are trying to build a question answering bot for first years. We are trying to host it by the time you guys join.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you guys will be able to use it.
Really cool.
Yeah, you guys will be able to, hopefully by the time you guys join. Apart from that, we do have a LinkedIn page. Feel free to follow that. But more importantly, we have an Instagram page. All our posters, all of them just go up on Instagram. Do try to follow the page and keep up.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Really great of you to spend time with us. Your club is really cool, and I'm sure many people will join. This video, I think, shows very, very important things about your club, and it really seems fun. So thank you guys.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah,
we look forward to seeing all of you as part of the club.
Yeah, same here.
A huge shout out to ADITEYA and Anirudh for that very important insights into their club Hackerspace. All relevant links are in the description box below on how to get into their club and other resources. There's also a link down below for our PES Freshers Instagram page and Discord, and there's also one for our Instagram page on this channel, PES Club. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, share, and click here to subscribe.